They handed me a 58% pay cut in a window-less room. Same house, same client, less than half the money, and they accepted me to say thank you. The conference room smelled like old carpet and burnt coffee. There was a dying focus plant in the corner, brown leaves curling like it had already given up. A grey folder sat on the table in front of me. HR sat across from me, smiling too much. Grey from Dixon would not look me in the eyes. That was the first sign something was wrong. I opened the folder, one page, one number, 62,000 US dollar annually. I stared at it, thinking it had to be a mistake. I was making 1,47,000 US dollar. I did the math in my head twice, then a third time. 58% pay cut, same house, same client, same responsibilities. I felt it race in my chest, but I did not yell. I did not flip the table. I just nodded slowly and said, I will think it over. I walked out across the parking lot into my truck. I closed the door and just sat there. My hands were shaking so bad I had to put them under my legs. I sat there for almost an hour, staring at steering wheel. I thought about 2014. 10 of us in a tiny spoken valley office. I used to sleep under my desk some nights. I missed my son's school play because a server crashed. I paid more than half their company's revenue. When my marriage fell apart, their jobs was the only stable thing left in my life. Then Dawson bought us in 2021. New manager, more meetings, layoff. My team went from 6 people to just me and one junior guy. I was fixed backup system alone at 2 a.m. Then waking up to make breakfast for my boys, exhausted and angry. Sitting in their truck, I realized something very slow. They were not cutting my pay. They were erasing me. Tanner called me. Stonewall wanted me. I already knew there was no non-compete in my contract, and I had never needed to download a single file. I was making dinner for my boys when my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost did not answer. Risk. Tanner Blake. I had not heard that name in years. We used to work together before he left for Stormwell Dynamics. Jackson, biggest competitor. We have been hearing your name in meetings, he said. Our exes keep asking about you. You ever think about leaving Unfold? I did not answer right away, but my mind started moving fast. That night, after the kids went to bed, I dug through an old file box in the garage. All text return, all contract, all notebooks. I found my original Handford contract from 2014. I sat at the kitchen table and read every line. No non-compete, no NDA, nothing that said I could not live and work somewhere else. I did not copy a single file. I did not email myself anything. I did not need to. My value was not file. It was in relationship, renewal, dates, knowing which clients were unhappy about billing, knowing which systems were held together with duct tape. A week later, I met Tanner boss at a tiny off the highway. Camera on, straight, roll up, sleeves, black, watch, straight to business. He slid a folder across the table. 1,78,000 US dollar base, bonus structure, stock option. Then he looked at me and said, you have retained 94% of your client book for 5 years. That's why we want you. Before I felt, he said one more thing. Duxon is moving a lot of rules offshore next year. They are cutting salaries so people quit. It saves them severance, everything collect. The pay cut was not random. It was step one. The next day I walked into Hanford at non-conference room B. Gray was already there. This is not a negotiation, he said. I slid my contract across the table and pointed to section 7B. Major compensation. Change was the notice requirement. I signed my resignation, buttoned my jacket, and walked out without saying another word. For the first time in years, I felt calm. I did not pitch a single client. They called me. 5 accounts left Hanford in 4 months because relationship paid discount every time. The morning after I resigned, I woke up in 11 missed call. Gary, 2 VPS, someone from legal. even HR. They were all finally very interested in talking to me. But the real surprise was not them, it was the client. By 9 a.m., the client had already called my personal phone. They were confused, unfold, and sent junior reps to contact them. People they had ever even met. One client said, Risk, I do not care what company you work for, I work with you. That mean more than any salary number. By that afternoon, I called two people, Jess and Devon. They had survived all the layoff with me. They were exhausted, overworked, and loyal to a fault. I told them Stormwell was hiring and sent to me their resume. Before sunset, both of them and interviews lined up. That's when the dominoes started falling. A week later, my phone rang again. This time, it was Martin Dixon, the CEO himself. He got straight to the point. He said they would beat Stormwind, offer more money, bigger title, whatever I wanted. I told him no. I said, this is not about money. This is about respect. Something I gave that company for 10 years and never go back. He was quiet for a long time. Then he just said, I understand, and the call ended. Over the next 4 months, five major clients moved to Stormwell. I never sent a sale email, never made a pitch. They just followed the relationship. But the real win was not the money or the title or the corner office. The real win was this. I started making it to my kids. Social games. I ate dinner at the table instead of in front of a laptop. I was not angry all the time anymore. I used to think loyalty was everything. Turns out self-respect matters more.